Richard Clabaugh. I'm a filmmaker, and I am currently from Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
Very nice, very nice. And this film, so you wrote it. How did you get the idea, or what was your inspiration?
The original actual working title of this was Peripheral, and it came from an idea that Mike Bean had, which was the idea of always seeing things out of the corner of your eye, and eventually them sneaking up on you. And in the original concept, she goes up, gets grabbed by the demon, and killed. And I just wasn't satisfied with that, so we changed it a bit. You know, I'm just saying, because it doesn't always come across. For me, there's what a movie's about, and there's what a movie's about. For me, we all have our demons that we keep locked away, and every now and then they kind of escape on us and threaten to destroy our lives. This is a woman who obviously has had trouble with her demons in the past, probably trouble with the law that they got her into. She's on her way back from something, maybe rehab, but she's come back to face her demons with a new set of skills and a new set of tools, and she's not going to let them beat her. So that is kind of what the story's about to me. That's the story I was trying to tell with it. That it's about overcoming the demons we all have and keep locked away inside.
Well, that makes complete sense to me now. I was just excited because you watch her and she seems like so, scared and innocent in the beginning, and then she kicks their ass.
I didn't want just another victim. I believe in people fighting back when bad things try to happen to them. So I kind of didn't want to do another victim story. I also just wanted to do something kind of simple. It was a fairly, relatively easy shoot compared to what so many people do, and I kind of just wanted to get back on the horse and make something simple again, and that would be fun and interesting. So.
Very well done, for sure. And the demon, can you explain, because I know we have all levels of knowledge in here, but if people are just curious and they don't know too much about the behind the scenes, the demon, how did you film that? Was that like a mask, or was it effects?
So, a student from School of the Arts in the makeup department, I asked him if he had some masks we could use, and he had this one, and as soon as we all saw it, it's like, oh, it's Hell Possum. He looks like a big possum. So we started calling him Hell Possum on set. So he provided the mask to us, and then Mike Bean, the producer, he had that cloak that we put over it, and that was the demon.
Well, that was definitely awesome, and it's just great that there wasn't very much dialogue at all, so I imagine that part was kind of easy, but that means every movement is super important.
I wanted to do it with no dialogue, but I couldn't quite get that out. And then I also wanted to have a nice fight scene in it, and so I had a friend of mine who teaches stage combat at School of the Arts. He suggested the students to me who were good stage combat students. And so Yasmin, who is our leading actress and who I happen to think is fantastic in this, I'm prejudiced, but I think she's really good. She did a terrific job, but she's also a really good fighter. And so, she was good with the whip, and so we wrote that in, and the idea was supposed to be an unexpected surprise when she pulled that out. It's like, wait, what? And it's like, this is hopefully not going where you thought this was going when it started off. So I don't know if it completely satisfies, but it's certainly what I wanted to do with it, not be what you thought it was going to be.
Awesome. Well, it definitely kept us guessing. Now, do you have plans for feature length?
Of this, no. No, this is a lovely little short film, and I had a wonderful time doing it. What I do hope is that, I kind of got my wheels oiled again and maybe can get back to doing something.
Like a sequel called Hell Possum?
We actually joked about doing Hell Possum, the sequel, Hell Possum.
Very nice. I'm going to open up to you guys. Do you have any questions for Richard? Yes.
I actually have two. First, I was just curious, what was the budget on the shoot for this short?
0.
Right. And second, first of all, I really enjoyed it, and kind of got a Buffy the Vampire Slayer vibe from it at one point. Was that an influence on you at all?
So like I said, there's what it's about, and then there's what it's about. The subtext was the one I experienced. The text is, she's apparently a woman who is a demon Buffy, Buffy the Demon Slayer, sort of. She's, in my mind, she had started encountering things and had found she could, fight them off. And then someone said, yes, but you need to get taught about this. So she's been off and has now gotten taught how to do it, and she's got this collection so far, but now she's come back really ready to kick demon ass. And that's the text version of what's going on, that she is someone who is just happens to have a gift for fighting demons.
Was that both of your questions? Yes. Okay.
Yes, sir.
She has fighting experience. Does she have acting experience when she came to this?
Yes, she is a drama student at School of the Arts, UNC School of the Arts, and one of the classes they give there is in stage combat, which is mostly swordplay and things like this, but anything that an actor on stage might have to do as a fighter, my friend teaches that class. So he knew the students who were really good in stage combat and would be good for this, and he recommended her, and she was fantastic. She is really, and she's a really good actress, too. I mean, this doesn't show off just how good she is.
Very nice.
It also doesn't show off how good Ammer is, who's the guy who played Hell Possum. He's also a really good fighter and a really good actor, but sadly, no one notices that much.
Well, I have another couple of questions for you. What film has influenced you? What's your favorite movie? What inspired you to get into filmmaking?
Well, I've been making films for, since I was a kid, which, as you can guess, is a long, long time ago. I was always into science fiction films. Forbidden Planet was actually a really big influence on me. I love that movie. That's a movie that I always say ambushed me with its intelligence. If you've never seen Forbidden Planet, it's like you go along thinking it's a B-picture monster movie, and then it gets to the end and it's like, oh my God, that was really insightful about human nature and had something really good to say, but it sort of sneaks up on you when it gets there and makes sense. So if you've never seen the 1950s Forbidden Planet, hard to watch now because Leslie Nielsen of Airplane plays the captain of the spaceship, and it's kind of hard to watch him in a serious role. But no, that was one that influenced me. And then, of course, I loved all the old Creature from the Black Lagoon. That was a good one. I watched all the horror movies in the afternoon, and then I got to go and work on a number of them over my life.
Awesome. Have you ever been here to the Outer Banks before?
I have. I have been out here a few times, and it's a beautiful place.
Yes, we have, and that's part of why we bring you people here, is because we're trying to let you know that this is a great place to make films. And we also have plenty of talent here as well. We have great actors and builders. And do you think that maybe someday you might consider coming here after you're big and famous and you have like a big budget? Say, I'm going to go back to Kill Devil Hills. I think that might be the spot.
I would love to shoot something out here. It's a beautiful place, and everyone's been so welcoming, and it looks gorgeous on camera. I would love to shoot something here.
Awesome. Well, unless anybody else has any questions, like I said, we are doing our orange carpet meet and greet right after our North Carolina block. And Richard, you're not going anywhere, are you?
Nope.
Okay, so he's going to be available to pose for photos and sign autographs. Let's give it up for Richard again. Thank you so much.
Thank you all for watching the movie.